10 seconds.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the View from the Dead Box. We are closing in on Cup coming up. We're trying to finish the field. We are a week away from having everything ready to go to host some scrimmages to get our shit kicked in before Cup.
Hopefully not. Hopefully they're just good scrimmages.
Yeah, probably that doesn't ever happen. Usually, either we get beat on or beat on people.
Yeah.
Usually the earlier of the two. But
yeah, it really is. It's either we'll go 9-1 all day or we'll go 1-9 all
Yeah.
day. But not much, man. I've been just busy. Just busy. That's all.
How did the hemorrhoid doctor come back? They said everything's good down there, dude.
He said everything's good. Thankfully, I'll be able to play Cup. The hemorrhoids won't keep me in a Cup.
Thank God.
That would have been a.
I know that the prolapsed anus was a big deal, so I was just curious if that was gonna be a restriction on playtime for you.
I hate you. So he knows I won't restart this because we've already had to do one take. So he knows I'm gonna leave all this in. You fucking prick. But everything's good. What about you, man? What about you?
Great. We got everything's kind of moving a little bit fast. Rolling around. The weeks are flying by before Cup. I think we should get layout this week for Cup. Isn't it always
probably? Yeah, because I was gonna say we're right at 3 weeks away.
So we might get. We got one more thing we have to do. We need to book the Airbnb for what you call it for Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta book my Star Wars tickets for Disneyland.
You're gonna have to wear a mask the whole time.
Yeah, but me and her came back from Ohio and we stopped at Cedar Park or Cedar Point, sorry, and we did that. It wasn't a big deal. It's like the lines are kind of. I mean, didn't you just go to a theme park not too long ago? I thought you guys went.
No, I was down in Florida. We didn't go to a theme park that weekend. We were going to. Didn't, but we backed out of that.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be. I've been wanting to do the Star Wars thing for a while now, so I never gonna be there. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'll probably be a good one.
Maybe they'll just say it's wide open. The Florida's the Wild Wild West. So
yeah, I mean, I had some friends in there. They went to Disney a couple weeks ago, and they had to wear masks all the time. They said it was still decently busy. Like they got Fast Pass, and they were like, it was faster, but they were like, it wasn't much faster. They said it was just a lot of people there.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, that kind of
people in Florida have no job, man. Get jobs.
Apparently.
You listen to this podcast.
They all got laid off from Disney, and now they're like going to Disney for fun. So
yeah.
But so what about the big news going on in the paintball world right now? I know you know what it is.
Great news.
No, not great news.
Oh, sorry.
Not great news.
How did you know what I was going to talk about? You didn't know what I was going to say?
I didn't know what you were going to say, but I'm pretty sure I know what you were going to say.
No, great news. The Spire 4 is doing really well, right?
Yeah. That might be the next giant bankrupt company if things keep going the way they're going.
Great news. The Control are selling lids and top shells to their broken hoppers to fix the problem, and so they can charge you to fix the issue, which is very cool. I think it's very cool. I do like my Control. I probably need to go ahead and get that shell ordered in. I know I already modified mine, but who knows? We'll get it in. In other news, for the 14th time, GI/Diablo/Draxus/JT/ is
add in all other companies there. Yeah.
Again. And
it's crazy, man.
Yeah. It seems like this is a normal reoccurring thing.
It does, but is it like
the third time that's happened?
People bad with money, or is it?
Or no, probably people really good with money, actually.
Okay. So
when things like this happen, they typically, that's why you always see this same company absorb other companies.
Like,
yes. Remember they got Draxus, and then they got Diablo, and they got JT, and now they're all owned by the same monopoly, basically.
Yes. I think you love that word.
Yes, because corrupt business people typically. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say they're probably going to quote unquote go out of business, and then in a few weeks, few months, whatever it takes, off season, that company will reappear again, maybe under IG instead of GI or however they want to do it.
You're a fucking wild animal.
and they will buy themselves back for the 18th time.
Do you think they're going to be at Cup?
Yeah, for sure. They're not going to miss that. They're not going to miss that. They'll probably have something in that bankruptcy clause. If you guys don't know, GI which also owns Titman, RIP, is going out. I think it's going out of business. They have tons of business. They're bankrupt, so they're being forced to sell some of their inventory and probably all of their money. But they've had this happen a couple of times, and it always falls into shit and come out smelling like roses kind of deal. And I think it's going to happen again. So it'll probably turn out that they sell it to a shell company, and so said shell company sells it to the owner once again, and he buys it right back.
I mean, it could be a thing where maybe like someone like Valken or something scoops it up, because they would be another company that could do something like that, because they're not part of GI, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure, but they're like the next company in my mind that would do something similar. But
I mean, if this is a real one, which probably is not, but if this is real, I mean, this is a huge way for HK to like make its dominance, like go ahead and establish its dominance, because it could just scoop up who it wants to scoop up at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I don't think you would see companies like Die or Planet Eclipse. I don't think you would ever see them do something like that. But HK would be they would be all over hopping and buying everybody up.
Mark Crescent will 1,000% buy whatever.
He'd take any extra cocaine under his lip and be like, "All right, I got some extra cash, boys. We can buy some companies with this." So. Yes,
exactly. He would definitely do that. We'll see. I don't know. I always feel it's so wild that can happen, and it just gets tossed under the rug, and nobody ever says anything about it. I mean, it happens all the time in the business world with everything, right? So it's not like
it's not like it's
crazy to hear about. It happens all the time. So, and it is what it is.
It is. Man, I wanted to make some "is what it is" stickers to get to Stro by the time Cup, but I am not gonna have time. I don't think they'll make it. I'd have to order them tonight, probably. But
there you go, dude. Order them tonight. Don't be a bum.
I'll be a bum and forget. So,
how do you think Cup's gonna be ran?
I think it's gonna be relatively normal. I think we're gonna have I read the whole press release they did. Did it say one-way traffic, or was that like just speculation in the beginning?
I'll be 100%. I didn't read any of it.
Okay, I read it. It's been out for a while now.
And I know I skimmed over it, but I usually just kind of take that with a grain of salt, because that shit is usually, just doesn't really matter. You get there, people are fucking running around, just slinging dope. Like there's no rules to anything anymore when you get down there. When you get in the great state of Florida, terrible rules apply to everybody. You just do whatever you want. So.
And I guess that's why they say Florida man always gets in trouble. So
a Florida man arrested for taking alligator into the local CVS and buying 4 pounds of marijuana behind the counter.
Did I tell you when we were in Myrtle Beach, the dude tried to sell me weed?
Yes, on the corner, right
by the Ripley's. My thought after the whole thing was, so how many of us were there? 8 or 9 of us, probably, give or take.
Yeah, 10, something like that. Yeah.
I was like, so out of these 10 people, I looked like the pothead. I'm like, I'm probably the only one that gets drug tested.
We had like three of our guys with us there that were like blazed out of their mind.
I know. I'm like, I look like the pothead.
I thought it was you. They were like, oh, this guy clearly a smoke dude. A rather large fellow. He apparently has the munchies. This is
with all the long hair and the shitty beard. He's got to be the pothead at everybody.
The hippie here. Has to... God,
that's funny.
Yes, that the people you meet in Myrtle Beach. Yikes! I haven't been to that place since some of the race events a while back for the cars, but Jesus, man, that place is.
It was wild.
Better days.
Yes.
I remember going to Myrtle Beach, and it used to be like top notch. Now it's like, yikes.
And no offense to anybody that lives in Myrtle Beach, but I looked at Jamie.
The place sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. It was nice. It was fun, but it reminds me of obviously it's a tourist town, but it's a tourist town that got stuck in like 1991 and never figured out how to get out. They're like airbrush T-shirts, old shitty bars, hotels that still look the same. That's what it reminded me of.
Look, badass beach hotels. I'm like, this is a straw bed and a fucking clicker TV. Like, why is this shower why can I barely get into the shower? I'm like, this
Yeah.
is insane.
I think we picked the only nice restaurant. I won't say only. Probably
Yeah.
the best restaurant on the beach, like the newest,
Yes.
one of the
And that
nicer
was for good
ones.
reasoning. Every time I go down there, I typically only eat two places on the strip. That's Land Shark or there's a steakhouse a little further down, but that one we all went to. I've never been, I've seen it a few times, but
It's
you
called
just
like Riptides, maybe I think is what it's
yeah,
called.
and it's
Yeah,
like a 3-story restaurant and it's right on the beach. It's a badass venue. But I've always seen it, but it's usually wrapped up. We
yeah,
always typically go to Land Shark and hang out there like on the beach and get some food. But yeah, we definitely it wasn't bad though. I mean, it's fine to me. It's like
yeah.
normal, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
just
just
somebody who would go there to visit there, I'd be like, yeah, this isn't probably what you'd see on TV.
yeah,
Myrtle Beach has definitely seen its better days. 10 years ago, Myrtle Beach is great.
yeah.
This Myrtle Beach is dog shit.
And that's apparently I went when I was like a baby, but that's the only time I had ever remember actually going. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, people talk about this. It was fine, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a little nicer. I was like, I could have went to Tybee or Daytona.
Daytona is definitely the same way. It has nice areas, and
Yeah.
then you can go like one block over and be in like get shot
Yeah.
for like a powdered donut. You know, that's basically how that is. But same with Jacksonville. I mean, honestly, everybody says like Savannah is like one of the best tourist towns around. But
Yeah.
I'll be honest, living here, Savannah has really nice area, and just downtown where everybody is who would praise it, just like one street over,
Oh yeah.
like are like gunshots and like muggings and rapes and murders going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, you have no clue. Like,
Oh yeah.
you have look where Yamacraw Village is, like compared
And that's
to
right downtown too.
River Street. That's where everybody goes. The biggest, I think it's the second largest. Sorry, the second largest St. Patty's Day parade in the world. I think it is.
Yeah.
And not even a half a mile away, if that, is Yamacraw Village, and boy,
Oh yeah.
it is awful.
Yeah.
It is terrible to be in
That new
Yamacraw.
plant Riverside they got down there. Literally, if you walk out the wrong side, you walk into Yamacraw Village. If you walk the other way, you walk onto River Street. It's like, okay, make sure you go right. Don't go left. Don't go left.
Exactly.
But all right, now that we've given everyone our travel destinations for 2021 coming up, so don't worry about Myrtle Beach. You can give Savannah a shot. And other than that, I would
Stay out of Yamacraw.
Stay out of Yamacraw. So I have a few topics. The GI Sportz bankruptcy was one of them, but
Boom, roasted.
we handled that pretty good. So this kind of the last episode we had Matt Davies on, and it kind of reminded me of this, and it's something that I don't think we always have done, and I will actually probably credit Colin to this. Trading off zones. How is it that? What's the best way to like get in someone's head that with their teammates they need to trade off zones on the field? Like if me and you are playing, obviously we've been playing for many years, so it's easy. If Wes says, "Hey, look this way," or I say, "Wes, look that way," we trade off zones. But how do you teach that to a new player? You think? Is it just repetition, or can you actually?
No, you have to teach it to them as like a job.
Okay.
Like, you know, and it comes, I think, from playing the 1, the 2, and the 3.
Yeah.
Is I feel that people who can have played multiple positions, the front players should never be doing that. They should be being told where to look and what to do. You know what I mean? But as a front player myself, I find myself doing that, like telling somebody else behind me, "Hey, look here, while I do this," which is still fine. But I feel that it needs to be like a job. Like when this person's looking here, his job, or he's here, his job is this bunker. Yeah, stop the Bravo, shoot the Alpha. You know, he has the command center, the 100, the 200. That's his jobs. Those are his jobs when he's here. So you know he's not going to be looking here, or here. So if you are in the Cali, you need to be stopping the God, the fire, and the ice. Those are your zones. Now, if he moves up, he loses track of the Bravo. You need to go here. You need to pick up the Alpha and the Bravo going with the 2, and so on and so forth. But I definitely feel that if you would break it down by job for every bunker and just drill it into their head, like when you're there, you shoot here. When you're there, shoot here. Then there would be no problems. Everybody would know, and I think it also goes down on maybe having track of the game, that maybe not knowing what your kill count is or not knowing what your death count is, because like me, I'm always trying to keep track of that. So I know if I lose somebody on the break or somebody behind me or somebody to the left of me, I know like, okay, well, this guy just lost his responsibilities. You need to be shooting here. You need to be shooting here. And then when doing so, I know like, all right, well, there's somebody unaccounted for somewhere. You know what I mean? We have to figure out how to trap this guy or at least restrict this guy until we can make it back to a 4-on-4 situation. You know?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's probably how it needs to be done, you know, and obviously repetition, like you said, definitely helps out a bunch. But I think
because it's something hard to drill. You know what I mean? It's almost something you have to learn while playing. Like you can't. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I think it's just by playing, a lot of points.
Yeah, no, I would agree. What you said. So you being a front player, me mostly being a back player. I tend to play off of the front player. Like if and it's different because I have you or Jamie in front of me. But if I see you, let's say looking right, I'm not going to look right. Obviously, I'm like, okay, well he's doing that, and then I'll be playing. If I look over or I'm talking to someone else, I'll look over, and if I see, oh, he's looking left now, I'll tell whoever on the snake side, hey, I'm giving that up because I got to help Wes. You know what I mean? I just kind of play off of you in front of me, and then normally the back snake guy. That's what I normally do. But like I said, it's different with the field too. Might dictate the entire situation where I'm only helping you the entire time and somebody else is helping the snake side or however we work that out. But interesting. Yeah. Like I said, that was a short topic. I was just kind of curious how this kind of plays off of it. So with trading off zones, something else we teach some of the newer players is slicing the pie. And every time I say it, some of the younger guys look at me, they go, what do you mean slicing the pie? When me and Wes, we say this a lot, and it's basically when you're looking at your bunker, you pick one bunker, you see that one, and then you realize, oh, I can take a little bit more. You give what the opposing team will give you until you get in a gunfight with something, you know, oh, hey, he's at the 100 or the Alpha, the Bravo. That's how I do it. Is that pretty much how you do it too? You get what I'm saying? It's kind of a weird.
So let's say I go
hard to put into words.
Yeah, so I always call it like pieing the corner, or pieing in. I think it's like a military term. Like you go to the door, go to the doorway and breach it with your barrel, and then you would like slowly wrap in because you know nobody is wider than such and such, and you're wrapping in, but staying tight, but wrapping in and finding out where they are. And then if you do get shot at, you can pull right back in. You're still behind said cover. But we do it like if I shoot somebody off the break or something, we shoot somebody on the break. I try to get up there and pick that zone up, and then trap whoever is behind that guy, trap him inside. And then what I do is start wrapping the bunker. It's really good for somebody. I used to play a lot of the front, like in the X days. You'd run up to the X on the break, and I'd run up shooting the 100. If I shot the 100 on the break, or if I didn't, I'm keying the 100 up. If I shoot the 100, he's typically the widest guy normally. Yeah. Then I stay on that right side of the bunker or left, depending on where I am, and I instantly start pieing it in. And I try to work on the next guy. If I shoot him, I wrap it, work on the next guy, and I just wrap my whole way into the field. And I just keep pushing them back around that way. And if I can do a good enough job pushing them in, then my snake player can come down and just shoot them in the back or shoot them in the back when they're not paying attention. Yeah. But I definitely try to like pie it all the way in and not get greedy. A lot of guys go up, shoot a guy and they just jump around the bunker because they didn't think nobody else was there, or maybe he's in the home. But they probably sent like a home, an Alpha, and the 100 on that side. You shot the home. I'm already going up, and you need to be like checking off as you're going in and thinking like there's like a 70% chance there's a guy in the Alpha. So before you wrap and shoot the home, that's probably the easy kill, go ahead and check off that Alpha before you just slap around, because he's probably in the Alpha. Yeah. So you could slowly go into it. Okay, he's not there. Let me wrap on the home. Oh shit, he's in the Alpha, and pull back. And then don't look at the home ever again. Battle the Alpha, and you just trap the Alpha from going out wide. And you lean back and you tell your guys, hey, 100's a kill. Nobody is wider than the Alpha, so they know they can go to the outside of the field and wrap and be comfortable, and they won't get shot by anybody wider than the Alpha. And they can just stay there, and they can stay on the back right sides of the bunker and shoot back in and push them all around to the snake side.
Yeah, no. See, I'm glad you put that into words way better than I could. I couldn't figure out the best way to explain it. You did that exactly what I wanted. That's why we have you on this team, because you're like the team used car salesman. You could sell someone a turd, honestly. Like the way you break shit down.
I could definitely sell salt to a slug.
Yes, you 100% could. That's the reason why I get new guns each year. So my last little topic.
Speaking of guns, I'll cut you off so you don't waste your last topic.
No, go ahead.
Speaking of guns, what's your honest opinion to a new player? Not new player, fuck new players, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck
But
everything.
to guys who are looking for guns, right, or in that upgrading stage, what are your unbiased first full reviews on the Force? I know you only have 2 weekends on it, but what is your unbiased, straight out of the box? We shot it, we turned it up. What's your unbiased review on the gun?
Well, it shoots good. I actually do enjoy the shot. I have it right here next to me in this case. So it shoots good. My two biggest complaints, and some people are going to say one of these isn't a complaint, but it still is to me. I don't care what anybody says. It is a heavy gun. I don't think I'll ever be able to get away from that. I mean, I'm holding it right now. I mean, it is.
My 2 complaints.
It is heavy. Yeah, we're getting ready to say the exact same thing. And it is not air efficient at all. It is. I haven't had a gun. Like I said, I mean, the gun looks amazing, shoots great, but I haven't had a gun this much of a gas hog.
Now that's the Alex Frazier Signature Series, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could, if you're watching the video, guys, you could sell. It's not because there are blue Forces. That's a gloss blue with like a light blue and darker blue swirl to it. There you go. Yeah. It's like it's kind of like almost like an acid wash.
Yeah, it's really close to an acid wash.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
But and you have the Greenspan, correct?
Yeah, yep.
But like I said, heavy and it's not efficient. It reminds me of like an older dye gun, like because Luxes are relatively air efficient for the most part. I mean, some of your 1.0s and stuff aren't, but like compared to a gun now, it's like an air efficiency. It's
like a DM7, DM9.
Yeah, it's at minimum 10 years behind. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion, someone might say. No,
I mean that's not an opinion. It's a fact.
I mean it is,
and I can tell you because I shoot a 45 that I monitor air very carefully. I'm always watching what I'm shooting because of the guns I typically shoot. And with the X's, I can shoot 4 pods in a hopper and still have air left.
Yeah.
I haven't shot 4 pods in a hopper yet on that gun, but I think I would be very hard pressed to shoot all 4 pods in a hopper and then be alive. So, which kind of that's my only drawback. And if this is the thing, and you should be carrying 68, man. Fuck 68. If I can have a gun that shoots 5 pods in a hopper on 45, why not run it? It's way lighter. It is significant because right now we're bitching about that gun because I'm pretty sure I measured or weighted it, and I want to say it's 5 ounces heavier than a Lux X Ripper.
That's the heaviest 5 ounces I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah, but I think it's because the gun's centrally located. It's small.
Yeah,
the gun is like a little tiny cube. It's all pushed together. I think that's why the weight is. But I think that's what it is. I know I weighed it when I've got one of the first 10 that ever came out. We got it. I know I weighed it next to the Ripper, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Pretty sure it's 5 ounces. Which, if you think about it, that's like a third of a pound. So that is a lot of weight. And when you're putting it together in a very small package like that, you can definitely feel it. But air efficiency sucks. But in their defense, those guns, and I hate to say will not, but like they just don't break paint. They will not break paint. And I think maybe that's some of the air efficiency issue.
Yeah.
Is they were like, well, fuck gas efficiency. And in their defense, everybody's kind of running a 77, like in a 68. 68 is like the smallest.
That's
Most
what I was going to say.
77 and an 80 and a 90. I would never do any of that, but a lot of guys run giant fucking tanks. And they probably said nobody's shooting 45 anymore. You know, I've been to a billion tournaments and I think I've only ever seen one person run a 45 ever.
Yeah.
Besides me. So they probably said everybody's running 77, everybody's running 80. You know, some guys have 68. So those are the common sizes nowadays. They're like, well, fuck it. You know, don't worry about gas efficiency. They're gonna fill up when they come off the field. You know, I think they did say a 68 shoots 6.5 to 7 pods in a hopper.
Yeah, I think I get right at a hopper and 5 pods, and that's getting about a 37 to 4K fill. So that would be about right.
Yeah, so yeah, you should hit about 6 pods in a hopper with a 45, which is not good, right? But
sorry to interrupt you, but this past weekend, one of our teammates, he said Michael Payne, he said he got 7 pods and a hopper off his 77, but he said it wasn't quite a full fill. He said it was probably just about 3,900. So that's you know what I mean? Kind of 3 different tank sizes for relatively new forces.
Yeah.
Which hopefully that improves after a break-in period. I don't know if it will.
I don't know if it will, and I only say that just because of what they're trying to do with the gun, of like how what they're trying to make it do. They want it to be, they wanted to shoot like sneezy, fragile paint, where they can shoot like crazy tournament paint, and it can be somewhat chilly in the morning. And they want to shoot somebody across the field and the elbow pad on the break, and it break, which is fine. But everybody else can't shoot that anymore. But these forces, and I will say, watching these events, I do see the guys with the M3s and the CS2s just blending paint when it's like, and they can't shoot super fragile paint anymore. It just doesn't happen. They're just making just soup. Watching Dynasty play, they really don't break paint. I don't ever see them breaking paint. And when we bought the gun originally, I was walking on a tent, and Yosh said, like, as a joke, he said, "Enjoy never breaking out of their ball ever again." I thought he was kind of fucking around. When I talked to the tech, at a couple, I was kind of going through some stuff last year. I brought it up, and I said, "What's up? What's the deal? Why do they say never break a ball?" And he said, they don't break paint. They won't. He said, "You remember the Automags? They had a level 10 kit in them." And I said, "Yeah." I laughed. He's like, "They didn't break paint." He's like, "These guns just won't break paint." He's like, "If you break paint, it's a deformed ball and it's in the barrel. They will not chop paint. It just does not work. It will not happen anymore." I said, "Oh, for our sake, I hope that's right." I hope
absolutely.
But I know a couple guys have been shooting for a while and they have not broke a ball. So we'll see here.
Yeah.
We should typically always shoot tournament paint practice, and it's going to be dipping down here and getting a little bit cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes I even say tournament paint. Sometimes shitty like rec paint is super sneaky fragile.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
the last complaint I have, everyone says they're very ergonomic. The front grip for me is uncomfortable as all hell. I don't know where to put my hand.
Yeah.
That's more of a nitpicky me thing. There's actually a ball in the breech of this.
Playing a loaded gun.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like I said, so far, would I get another one? Yeah. But I don't have enough mileage under it yet to say that it's like better than my Lux or better than one of my CS1s or 1.5s. That's where I stand. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad gun, and I don't think it will become a bad gun, but I don't know if it'll be a great gun.
Yeah, I do see everybody says they're super tight and they have a great break-in period of like 25, 30,000 shots plus, and once they break in, the guns even smooth out even more.
Yeah.
And they become a lot more consistent. Now, granted, I will say over the chrono, they are very consistent out of the box. They are just like within 5. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's because they're hand built. You know what I mean? They're not just they're together. So
far, it's really, really good. I just, like I said, only way you'll ever know is by time if it'll last how a Lux does or a Planet Eclipse gun.
It's one of the only guns I snatched out of the box. We took them to a tournament, opened them out of the box, aired them up, and went and shot them. Mm-hmm. And I was like confident that the gun wasn't going to go down. If you buy a Lux, like a used, I can say new Lux because most guns like this nowadays, anyways, you shouldn't have problems with those guns, but they still do. 12 valve guns the way they are still have issues, and you'll be fighting issues. But I pulled out of the box, and the gun it's so hard to tell you how the shot feels, but the shot feels reliable. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's an instant shot. Like as soon as you touch the trigger, the ball comes out. And I know everybody says like most guys don't know what that when I say that, don't know what that means. If I gave you 5 of the top guns and you shot all 5 of the top guns, every gun not only feels different when it shoots, but there's a timing difference in the time you pull the trigger and the ball comes out of the gun. Lux the X's have a tad bit of a delay to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I can almost pull the trigger and come off before the ball comes out. And it's not that bad or anything. But shooting a billion different guns in my time, I can tell you that there is a difference in the worst is like an autococker, like an E-bladed autococker.
Oh yeah.
You can like pull them off, and let go of the trigger, and it's like you can like it's a timing difference. Timing. Ego's really bad about it too. CS's were very good. I feel like the shot and you pull the trigger, the shot comes out relatively fast, and
Yeah.
it gave you like a gratification that the gun was always going to be shooting. And I think that's a lot of guys love the CS series is because they have the gratifying shot behind it, and that's what this gun does. I feel like it's a little bit of everybody's juju in the gun to make
Yeah.
one. You know what I mean? So
That's a
we'll
good way
see.
to put it.
Yeah, we'll have everybody's ideas are kind of in that gun a little bit. So
Yeah, I mean, I was always a Planet Eclipse, and I would still probably am if I would still be shooting. Honestly, probably my CS 1.5. I really enjoyed that gun. I thought it shot good.
yeah.
It had a weird pinging noise, and I
Mhm.
always brought that
So
back
that
to my
that was
tank.
that was the reg piston.
Is that the reg
The
piston?
reg piston in the frame, yeah. On the older CS1s and 1.5s, there's an updated piston now that they give you for free. Planet Eclipse is
Yeah.
great, by the way, for customer service, but it's the reg piston inside of the grip. 'Cause that's where the regs are on those.
Yep.
It's a different shape, and if you shoot it and have a pinging sound come out of your gun, that it's just they'll give you the updated new piston. Some guns, some of the old ones do it, some don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a
I mean,
hard.
I
It's a
ran both of them about a full season, and then I reeled that Lux X. That's the first Lux I actually kept for a significant period of time. They just never really did it for me.
Yeah.
My OLED was I know everyone loves the OLED. It was good. It wasn't my favorite. I really liked the Lux X more, but again, I didn't keep the OLED for a real long time. And then now I'm with this thing. So time will only tell. I've never been a fan of Bob Long guns, so I'm hoping to give this. This will give me a change my opinion on them, I guess.
Yeah, I know you like a poppier shot,
Yeah.
and I'm the exact opposite way. I like a buttery smooth, quiet. I don't want to feel the gun even like move whatsoever when I shoot the gun. That's the shot I like.
Yeah.
I still think the Lux OLED is the best shooting gun ever made.
I think a lot of
And
people think that.
Yeah, and but the technology behind it, like I always said, the best gun in the world would be a Lux X with a Lux OLED shot. If you can give me the bolt system and the the bolt system out of the OLED into the Lux X, there would be no gun that touches it on the fucking market.
Yeah.
The technology behind taking the frame off the gun, everything being like wireless and toolless, everything comes apart and snatches back together like very easy. But they went for air efficiency on the gun because people were crying about air efficiency. So that's why I still say that the Lux Ice is still one of the best guns to grab, and you can get them for $550 to $650, sometimes $7, depending on what you get, and they are so hard to beat for that price range.
Oh yeah.
Man. You know, but
this almost kind of goes back to what you were saying. Like you asked about my opinion of this. And we've kind of talked about this before, and this will change over time. If someone was starting out and they gave you like a $750 budget, you know what I mean, for a gun, you probably lean to like an ice because I think that's a pretty common. Now, what if it was a little different? I guess. What if they said they needed $750 all in for a gun, tank, and hopper?
Ice.
You think ice?
You can get beat up ice for $550, and even cheaper sometimes. Like there's one right up right now. I looked at buying. It's pure. It's all white. Has scratch like some scuffs and scratches on it. And the guy's like, it's got wear. Shoots perfectly fine, and he had it for like $550. I could probably offer him $500 to scoop it up, and then if I wanted to keep it, send it out for ammo or whatever, or just spray paint the fucking thing and just put it, battle axe. But because let's say you put $550, that leaves you with $200 more for a tank and a hopper, which is easily doable.
Oh yeah. I used to always tell people, like, obviously this would go on, but like if I ever stopped playing but was gonna like keep a gun in the bag, back in the day, my answer was always like an Ego 8 or an Ego 7. I was always like, as long as I could find solenoids, I feel like if that gun, and I still do, that gun will last multiple lifetimes. That paintball gun is a 100-year paintball gun. I fully believe that. But now I would probably go to a Lux Ice at this point in time. But I mean, 70 or 8 would work too. But just gotta have parts availability at that point.
Yeah, and I feel like they kind of have pushed that gun away.
Oh yeah, they don't. I doubt they even.
But one thing about the Luxes is like all the parts transfer.
Yeah,
there's minor tweaks here and there, but they're very slight differences. So a lot of the parts between a lot of the guns still work back and forth with each other. Which is a good thing to me. It is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Lux Ice, I think it's hands down probably one of the best guns to grab all around. Jack of all trades.
Did those come with the XL barrel or just a standard freak?
Standard
freak. I couldn't remember. Someone asked me that the other day, and I was like, I don't remember.
A lot of guys like Chris's blue one. that Courtney played with a little bit, that his is bored out for an X. So a lot of guys send them out and get them bored for an XL and just put the XLs in them. Because the X does come with the XL, which is a huge upgrade. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, yeah.
There's a night and day difference between the X, the standard freak, and the XL freak. And I'm one of those weird guys who I have the stainless steel shims in my XL, and they have a huge difference behind those two.
Oh, yeah. So. I actually sold my freak kit. Sold it, shame. I was like, I don't think I'm going to need it.
I was like getting a ultralight for the Force, and then having a freak XL board, and then just putting it on the gun, and then put my freak XL shims in it, letting it rip.
I had thought about that too, but I'm like, if I do it, I might do it with this, because my pump in the background, it uses a standard freak.
Yeah.
I probably need to go buy a UL freak board, but just a standard freak, so that I can run that on the pump and on the Force. But
see, that's on my free flow. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It has the ultralight. That's standard freak board. I wish it was XL freak board, but
maybe I'll piss everybody off and send my titanium UL back out to get bored.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if companies can mill that.
You don't think? I mean, I guess it's be very different.
It's definitely different metals. They definitely do different stuff. The ULs are aluminum, so they can just hit it with a knife if they wanted to and pull it out of the barrel.
That's funny. All right, so my last little topic. That was a good little segue you had there.
Segue, yeah. Segue, Mr. Biden.
I go Sleepy Joe on you. Fuck, man, I can't believe I didn't want to say that. That's really funny.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, back on track. So you don't see this a lot in paintball unless it's really bad, but all sports have weather delay, and this is why I really like paintball. How many times have you ever played in a tournament where it's been like stopped because of weather? I want to say, and like we said, I've been playing for years. I can only think of 2, like that it was physically stopped because of weather that I've been playing, and it was just normally the wind. It's never really the rain. I've never seen it had it stopped for rain.
I've had it a couple of times, and it's been from the lightning.
It's been from the lightning. Okay, that would be my second thing.
From the lightning, yeah.
But
I think MVPS was pushed one time, I believe.
I feel like that was wind, or was that might have been wind and lightning actually.
I think it was lightning. They did a lightning hit, and they had to wait like 30 minutes, and then lightning hit again, and wait like 30 minutes, and then ended up just canceling, I believe, pushed it to the. And then I think what they did was the champion. I think MVPS happened, and then they finished the championship at Cup actually.
Oh, okay, that's.
I think the MVPS played like on a Friday at Cup or
yeah.
Something like that. They did like the finals for one event or something like that at Cup, and then they played.
That's a good way to do it, especially. I mean, MVPS is lucky they can do that because
right there,
all the teams are right there. So even if your team wasn't playing Cup, you could have been able to scoot on over there. But I don't know. That was what I was thinking about that the other day. It's like you see, like even professional baseball games, it starts raining, they're covering up the field.
Pussies.
Football
NFL
games,
they can fucking flood. No.
Yeah, but I mean, lightning
will not stop it. They will not stop it until it hits lightning.
Okay.
Lightning gets over abundant, they'll stop. But
even like NASCAR, it's raining. They'd be cutting that shit down.
You're going 200 mile an hour.
It doesn't matter though. If you can drive a car, you can drive in the rain. I drive in the rain all the time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doing like 20 mile an hour because you're a grandma.
I go 5 over. Everyone says I drive slow.
You drive slow. You drive a lot. You drive slow. Because what's your truck now? 3 years old, 120,000 miles.
132.
132. 132,000 miles.
Yeah.
Which is fucking bananas to me. That's like 43,000 miles per year almost.
Yeah,
45,000
exactly
miles
right.
almost. So it's insane.
When I was getting that car, my dad, he was like, "Oh, maybe you should just like lease something." I was like, "I can't lease anything." I was like, "I just drive too much. Like, there'd be no way." The car I had before this, the Scion, I got rid of it. It was 10 years old, but I only had it for 4 years, I think.
Hey, babe.
I had put 120K on it in 4 years. So again, right at it.
You come say hi to the podcast?
Oh, is she coming in?
Hi guys.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much.
Hard us off, babe.
Hard, of course.
There you go.
Okay, that's Courtney's question of the day. Go mix the chili.
Yeah, mix the chili.
It was funny. Speaking of the podcast, someone, what's his name? Christopher Struck. I don't know if you know who that is, but he obviously listens, and he had just was commenting on the page, and I was asking if we were going to have a guest, and I told him no, but made myself a liar, and we did have a guest on this episode. So
yeah, see,
Antel was the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he was messaging me during the podcast, and I was like, oh, that works out well. Yeah, 1,500 downloads, dude. That's I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty impressed.
I just have my auto clicker on, so it just clicks the download
Hey,
every time.
hey,
So
works for me.
numbers
Works
up,
for
right?
me, man. I need to add up all the views on YouTube because I know quite a few people. I say quite a few. The YouTube videos don't average what the podcast does. They average probably a fifth of the views, roughly, give
Yeah.
or take. So, but thanks for listening, buddy. We broke that milestone over
All right,
this
guys,
past
bye.
weekend. Yeah, all right, guys, bye. No, yeah, I mean, well, I mean, honestly, that is what I had. Do you have anything else?
What a great segue, Mr. Biden.
I know, right? Just a shorter one this week. We've been going with a lot. Other ones have been kind of long, so we're getting everyone spoiled with hour-plus episodes with all the guests.
I think sometimes some people don't want to, but it's hard to listen to an hour. You know, you might not you lose interest, but if you're driving somewhere, you typically always have like a 25, 30-minute drive.
Yep.
And it's easy to drive there, you know, and then have most of it done and then driving home, you know, or a 20-minute drive.
Yep.
And then drive for 20 minutes, to listen to half of it, drive back 20 minutes, boom, podcast done.
Yep.
Know? And a lot of guys use it driving to work. I get messages all the time.
Me
listen
too.
to it while they're driving back and forth to work. I think that's how Stro and Carson, all the guys listen to it. Carson, you're dog shit.
You poop, Carson.
You poop, Carson. So a lot of those guys listen to it either at work or going to work. So which is good.
Do you listen to it?
I do.
Yeah.
I usually do. Like she listens to it usually at work when she's doing paperwork inside the office. I do listen to it. I listen to it to see if we are like talking on some wild shit or you were like it's steadily flowing and stuff like that. That's how I kind of maybe critique myself throughout the times.
That's kind of the same with me because when I was first uploading them, I would listen to I would edit it, then I'd listen to the whole thing before I uploaded it. But then I kind of stopped doing that. I was just, I mean, this might fuck me up one time, but I was like, oh, well, it should be good. I'll just listen to it when it comes out because I was like, it's a lot of time it takes up for me to listen to my own podcast before I release it. So I'll just listen to it when it comes out. But
yeah.
But did you have anything else? You had some wild topics you brought in the middle this time. Normally you.
I want to throw a couple in there.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm gonna make you give me all the topics next time.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Maybe I don't know. Okay, sometimes you scare me. Like he has a big grin on his face. I don't like it now. I want to take back what I said. But all right then. So thanks everyone for listening. Oh, whoa.
Oh, yep. Anybody listening? You out there? We are about a week away. Not even that. We are 1 day away from having the field finalized, roughly ish.
Hoppers Paintball, Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, they are. We are going to be doing. I'm sure it'll be a never-ending process of like upgrades. We have big plans for it. Working with field owners, we're doing our best. We're taking tractors out there on our own time and working and stuff. And the guys are putting in the work. Some of us, by the way.
I wasn't there last weekend.
Clowns. We are shooting for November 8th, which is the week prior to Cup, to host a scrimmage for, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 outside traveling teams. And then we'll have our 2 or 3 teams as well. But we're hoping to have it done this week. It's going to take a few hours to get everything, the rest of it done and cut up. But we have all the turf laid and properly aligned and cut. We probably need to seam it, but seaming isn't really a huge deal as of right now to me, only for the reason that this turf is so heavy that it takes like 10 of us to drag it like 6 inches. So this is a legit NFL turf with rubberized infill in it, and it does not move. We have the stuff to seam it, so it's not like we're not going to seam it. But if this becomes an issue where we feel that might take too long, you know, we've already played on like 3 or 4 weeks like this, and it hasn't moved like an inch. So I think we're gonna have it done this weekend, and we're playing this week as well. So it should be good. I think it'll give us it'll give us like 2 more weeks of everything ready. And then I want to be either going away November 1st for a big scrimmage and then back here November 8th for a big scrimmage, or we have to stay here for 2 scrimmages. Doesn't mind. I definitely want to host one November 8th. I've been putting the words out to some guys. So I'm kind of putting the bug in their ear to get some teams down here. And these guys want it. So That's what we're gonna shoot for. So, any questions on scrimmaging, anything like that at all, just reach out to me or Mike. Doesn't really matter. We'll be answering. You can go to the GI Extreme page and message us. That'll typically go to my account or my wife's account, or I think Mike's and Chuck's. So a lot of us are admins on there. So somebody can get back with you. We're working on team pricing for traveling out teams. The paint's always in ProShar. It's typically tournament series paint, so it's always high quality with zero paint issues. So
Yeah,
we're hoping that should be good. Should be good.
perfect. Yeah, so like he said, just contact one of us. If I don't know the answer, Wes will. If Wes doesn't know it, he'll have to go to someone else because he would be my questionnaire. So, but again, thanks for listening. Like the podcast, like the page. Crazy people buy merch. Someone shipped out to Germany. I don't know why people in Germany are buying Beef the Dead Box t-shirts. I'm assuming it's some of Chuck's people. So thanks for whoever did that. And we will catch you guys on the next one.
Later, boys.